with a more of a relevant topic. Saquon Barkley and Josh Jacobs have been throwing around rumors and clips recently about potentially holding out. And this has kind of been a theme with running backs recently in the offseason. So, DJ, I just wanted to kind of hear your thoughts, your feelings on these two potentially holding out, just running backs in general and their contracts and holding out. What is when you saw this news, what did you think?
Well, I think both players are very important to their respective teams, especially based on the seasons they had last year. Saquon probably having his best, not probably, having his best year since his rookie year. Coming out, finally playing a full season, and he looked insane. It looked like the actual Saquon that they drafted, second overall? Yeah, second overall. And
Second, yep.
he looks like he if he plays like that consistently, then whatever money he's asking for, you probably need to give it to him because he is a premium running back in an age where you need someone who can run through the tackles and catch the ball as well as he does. And then Josh Jacobs, who just won the rushing title, and honestly, he didn't get his fifth year picked up. It kind of was understood. He had a great year last year. Is that sustainable? I don't even know. But he's a very fun player. I understand where they're coming from, or where he's coming from by holding out. Makes a lot of sense, but you're basically taking a gamble on yourself, saying, "Hey, I'm worth this money. Give it to me." As a running back, especially in this day and age where running backs are kind of honestly disrespected when it comes to contracts and how people look at them based on their longevity standpoints. So it's a tricky contract negotiation tactic now with a running back. If you're a quarterback or receiver, it makes a lot more sense. But I understand where they're coming from. They want to get paid the right amount of money that they're valued because you can't just keep running them into the ground until they're nothing anymore, which happens very fast in this league as a running back.
Yeah, no doubt. Your last point there kind of leads me into where I kind of wanted to take this discussion, which is less about these two holding out and more so just about the running back position in general in the NFL. And I think that this is going to be a continued trend. I don't think it's going to stop with these two. And I don't think that they're going to miss any time. I fully expect both of these players to be on the field in week one. I think that these rumors happen a lot, and I don't think this is going to be a Le'Veon Bell situation where misses time. So my opinion is that this is kind of the state of the running back market in the NFL. Is it's just kind of, for lack of a better term, just trash at the moment. DJ, here's a trivia question. When was... If you get this, I'll be so surprised. And so not surprised. I'll be so impressed. I guess a little surprised too. When was the last running back who was paid top 5 in the NFL for his position? So one of the top 5 paid running backs to win a Super Bowl. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
I'm going to take a guess and say
Marshawn. With a guess.
Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn Lynch. That's a great guess. He did win a Super Bowl in 2014, but he was not top 5 paid in the league at that point. He was close. So that's a very good guess. Wonderful job. It's actually Reggie Bush was the highest paid running back in the NFL whenever the Saints in 2010 won the Super Bowl. So I say this to say, having a high-paid running back nowadays just doesn't equate to winning. At least not Super Bowls if you're looking at the most recent winners. 2010, Reggie Bush, last running back that was high-paid, at least top 5, and he was the number 1 to win a Super Bowl. And that was with an all-time quarterback in Drew Brees. So that's kind of... I think that the running back market is going to keep heading in this direction because GMs and teams and managers of these teams, they know that having a running back that is I won't say elite, but a high paid running back, it doesn't equate to, winning. And I think that we're going to continue to see this with running backs holding out like Josh Jacobs and Saquon Barkley.
If we're talking about recency bias, then yes, that makes sense. But I definitely think that you need a good running back to do anything in
The
the league
last 13
nowadays.
years.
Okay, so
people aren't trading multiple first round picks like they did whenever for like Ricky Williams whenever that was
no, but that's not that the
thing.
game's completely different. It's not. You still need a bell cow running back in the NFL nowadays. Don't get me wrong; it's a quarterbacks
You
league. I'm
don't.
not saying it's not. You do. Everything's not. You can't do. Every team can't copycat what the Chiefs do or the Bengals do. Those are two generational quarterbacks that are changing the game as we stand. Like, I can't agree
The
with that.
Patriots, their dynasty was not built on any running back.
It was built on a quarterback that didn't throw the ball into the other team and a great defense at first. Because Tom, they didn't really. I mean, then the only time that they actually let Tom Brady loose is when they got Randy Moss. So
Yeah, that's fair. I'm just saying it's hard to ignore that it's been over a decade, close to a decade and a half, where we have seen a team with a high-paid running back win a Super Bowl, and that I think is worth noting.
man, I didn't know that Parker Campbell was coming on today. Because dang, like you just got your Parker and Mel Kiper Jr. at the same time. Just
I'm not saying
running backs are the worst thing in the NFL ever. Like don't
I'm
take them.
not.
That's basically so basically what you're saying is that if you have Derrick Henry or if you have Christian McCaffrey or if you have Saquon or Josh Jacobs, just to tie in the argument, don't pay them top dollar. Without
Okay,
Derrick
yeah,
Henry,
maybe I'm saying don't pay them, but I'm not saying don't use early draft capital on them. I'm saying having a young elite running back that if you can get one is super important, and I think that that's valuable. I know Parker believes that you shouldn't use a first round pick on a running back. I don't believe that. I believe that paying some of these running backs that are, getting close to the 30-year-old range, so 28, 29, 30, you shouldn't be giving any big amounts of money to. And I think that.
so question: how old is Josh Jacobs and how old is Saquon?
Saquon is 20. I want to say 7.
That's a decent guess.
I want to say Josh Jacobs is slightly older.
Josh Jacobs is 25.
Oh.
So would you spend money on that? A 25-year-old running back? And Saquon's 26.
Okay, so I was a little bit off.
A little bit?
But they're second contracts.
Yes, but after the second contract,
I would give them money, but
I'll give you that.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about here.
No, I'm not. I said after the second contract. This would be their second contract.
Oh, okay.
Then I'll give you that.
I'm saying that it doesn't seem like making your running back one of the highest paid running backs and keeping them is worth it in the current NFL.
Just carousel running back every year. Just get a new running back every 4 years.
Yeah, not a bad strategy, in my opinion.
I mean, all right. I don't know what the Chiefs have done, so I can't really say it won't work because it does work. But I'm saying like every team can't conform to what the Chiefs do because we've seen it in the NFL where teams try to do the copycat everything. Like how many times have you heard the Patriot way? Anytime a Patriots assistant leaves New England, every time you hear it, and they try to implement their Patriot system elsewhere, and does it work? No. You can maybe say the Titans has a Patriot system, but I mean, I think Vrabel's his own thing now. Like I feel like people just said that because he was from Belichick's tree as a player, but he wasn't from his tree as a coach. So I think people just gave him that credit because I think some of his NFL philosophy comes from Belichick, but it's not full Belichick. So like, I'm not going to give Belichick all the credit for that one. He's not in his coaching tree. Everybody else has either gotten fired or hadn't won anything. The only person you could say in the Belichick tree that I will give you credit for is Nick Blinken Saban.